Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DoughJo Setting. I've had a lot of people ask about what holds they should get for their wall, or if there are any brands that I recommend. So I figured I'm just going to make a video on it and hopefully it helps somebody. So what kind of holds should you be buying? That is a very open-ended question, and it's going to depend on your needs and how you have your wall set up. If you're a competition climber, it's not a bad idea to pick up a lot of the holds that they actually use in competitions. If you're trying to get better at crimpers, buy a lot of crimpers. Me personally, I like to have a good range of holds on my wall. I like to have some jugs to warm up on. I'd like some like finger buckety holds, some crimpers, edges, pockets, slopers, pinches. A nice variety so that you can get a wide range of movement in. You know, if you have one type of hold, it's going to limit you as to what you can do, and it's going to limit your progression as a climber. As far as size of holds, that's a hard thing to cover because everybody likes climbing on big holds. But you can't necessarily have a wall filled with big holds. It's very expensive to do that, and it's not the best use of space. So a good balance between smaller holds and bigger holds. Now, for example, this king-size Hobbit hole is an awesome hold. It's very fun to climb on, but it's huge. I can't justify putting this on my wall. It's going to take up so much space. I could easily have 9, 10, depending on the size of the hold, maybe more, maybe less, holds instead of this. So it's going to depend on how much wall space you have to work with. If you have a smaller space, I'm not going to say don't buy big holds, but you might want to consider limiting the amount of big holds that are on your wall. Is that one hold that's this big worth the space of 3 or 4, maybe 5 other holds? I don't know. That's a question you need to answer. As far as the whole bolt-on versus screw-on debate goes, I do both. I set primarily with the T-nuts with bolts, but as I start to get closer to having my wall filled up, I will turn holds into screw-on holds, or have specifically screw-on holds to help fill in those gaps. That way I'm not wasting wall space. Now, with that being said, the next thing we're going to talk about is hold material. This is a very interesting topic. So I've seen some people get real rocks and drill through them and put them on their wall. There's a few companies that do this. I don't really have any experience with these. I can't say whether or not I enjoy climbing on them. I don't think I ever have. What I will say about it is that my assumption would be that they are very heavy. The next type of material is wood. I know a lot of people have made their own wood holds. There's a bunch of companies out there making wood holds. They are less abrasive on your skin as opposed to polyurethane, which we're going to talk about next. So in terms of training, it's really good because it doesn't wear down your skin that much. I don't have a whole lot of experience climbing on wooden holds. I've done my fair share of it, but I would say not enough to have a really strong opinion one way or the other on it. What I will say is that I have seen wooden holds done very well, and I have seen wood holds done not so well. The last material that we are going to talk about is polyurethane. When you think of climbing holds, more than likely you think of polyurethane. That's what I would argue the majority of holds on the market are made out of. Go to any climbing gym, go to most climbing hold websites, that's polyurethane. It's plastic. I really like plastic. Maybe that's just because I grew up on it. I don't know. Polyurethane can be more abrasive, but it actually depends on how the holds were designed, not necessarily the urethane. For those of you with outdoor walls or walls that get exposed to extreme temperatures, keep in mind that polyurethane, because it is plastic, if it gets hot enough, it does start to, I don't want to use the word melt, but you will notice your holds flexing a little more. It's pretty common. If that happens, just cool the holds down. And the big question is, are there any brands or holds that I will specifically recommend? The honest answer is yes, there are brands that I would endorse more than others. However, something that you guys may or may not know about me, I am actually a freelance hold shaper as well. I have shaped holds for about a dozen companies, so my opinion on this is extremely biased. Every hold on my wall is a hold that I designed, except for one. There is one route in here with holds that I did not shape. If you think you know what holds those are, let me know down in the comments. I'm pretty interested to see if anybody can guess it. For that reason, I am not going to single out any companies as my favorite or least favorite. What I will say is that holds are expensive. We all know this. The reason being, some of the companies that have been around for a while are having very experienced shapers shape their holds. You're paying for the artist's time, as well as many other factors, but you're paying for the artist's time and dedication to their craft to give you comfortable, ergonomic, functional, and fun climbing holds. Also, sort of tying into the cost of climbing holds, not all plastic is the same. There are so many different companies that produce climbing holds. There are some plastics that they use that are more durable than others, some that wear out slower than others. There are some that are more brittle. There are some that just aren't that good. So sometimes the price tag associated with the holds not only covers the shaper's experience into giving you a good product, it also covers the higher end plastic that you're getting as well. You know, I've had people say, well, I just like to buy the cheap hold, and if it breaks, it's cheap enough to where I can replace it. Personally, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. If you're going to buy climbing holds, make sure they're going to last. I don't want to buy climbing holds in anticipating them breaking and replacing them. Climbing holds are an investment. It's usually the most expensive part of the build. So when I am looking at climbing holds, I want to make sure that I'm buying something that's going to hold up, that I'm not going to have to replace. Even if the cheaper product has the cheaper price tag on it, I personally think that the quality is much more important. There's an old analogy that climbing gyms are like restaurants. The route setters are the chefs, the routes are the meals, so the holds can be viewed as the ingredients to the meals. I think of it this way. I would much rather spend a little bit more money on a high quality burger rather than a McDonald's burger. The McDonald's burger, sure, it gets the job done. I don't feel very good after I eat it, but it does what it's supposed to do. The more expensive burger, it tastes better, I enjoy it, it's just a better experience. Holds are the same way. The more money you spend on them, the higher quality it's going to be, the more fun you're going to have on your wall. Another thing I would like to mention is buying seconds. There's been a lot of conversations about this that I've been a part of or that I've seen. To clear any confusion about what seconds are, Seconds are holds that did not pass the quality control. For the most part, it means color blemishes. It could have meant that the hold got sanded a little too far and it's a little bit shallow. Usually those things don't affect the functionality of the hold. However, the discrepancy comes from seconds are essentially not a finished product. You might find that you get seconds that you have to sand the back of them. You might find seconds that you have to drill the bolt hole out. So please, if you're buying seconds, beware that you may have to do something or put in some sort of work into these holds to get them to be functional. Sometimes companies sell overstock holds as seconds, but by definition, seconds are not finished or not up to their quality standards. That's why they're so cheap. So I hope that answers your questions about what holds I would recommend, what holds you should get. It's a very personal thing. It's going to vary from your situation, your goals, the size of your wall, all of these things. So be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to put out new videos pretty often. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree, and let me know. I would like to know, what are your favorite holds? If there's a particular set that you enjoy setting with. There's some cool stuff out there. So, and follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to post some stuff there about route setting, and we will see you next time.